What does it mean for a nation when its protector leaves? What happens when the void is filled by forces of questionable intent? Today, we delve into the situation in Mali, 1 year after France's pullout. In the heart of West Africa, Mali was a country under the protective umbrella of France. But when France made the decision to withdraw its forces, it left the people of Mali in a state of uncertainty. For years, France's military presence had provided a semblance of stability in a region riddled with conflict. But in the wake of their departure, a power vacuum emerged. Who would step up to fill the void? Would they have Mali's best interest at heart? Or would they exploit the situation for their own gain? A nation's fate hung in the balance, its future uncertain. It's important to understand the historical context here. France's involvement in Mali wasn't just a recent development. It was a legacy of colonial times, a bond that had held strong through the years until the pullout. The repercussions of this decision were felt far and wide, and soon enough, the void left by France was filled, not by a benevolent guardian, but by an unexpected player with a questionable track record. France's departure left a void soon filled by an unexpected player. Enter the Wagner Group. A Russian paramilitary organization, Wagner has rapidly expanded its reach and influence, causing concern among Western allies. This private military company, led by the Putin-affiliated oligarch, Yevgeny Prigozhin, has grown into a formidable international military and political influence operation. It's not just the sheer size of Wagner that's alarming, with its tens of thousands of fighters. It's also the breadth of its operations. Wagner's footprints can be found in conflict zones as diverse as Ukraine, Africa, and beyond. This globe-trotting group is making its presence felt in a world that's already on a knife's edge. But who is Yevgeny Prigozhin, the man at the helm of this shadowy organization? Prigozhin is no ordinary oligarch. His close ties to Putin and his extensive network, which includes the Wagner Group, have allowed him to become a key player in Russia's geopolitical ambitions. The rise of the Wagner Group has been swift and stunning, yet as it expands, so too does the unease among American and European allies. These nations are now taking steps to counter Wagner's growing influence. Even considering designating it as an international terrorist organization, the Wagner Group's activities are far-reaching and their methods often ruthless. Their rise to prominence has not been without cost, especially in places like Mali, where their presence has dramatically shifted the dynamics of power. Wagner Group's presence in Mali has been marked by a heavy toll. But what does this toll look like? In the wake of France's departure, the Wagner Group has taken a heavy toll on Mali. The Wagner Group, a Russian paramilitary organization, has filled the void left by France, but their presence in Mali has far from brought peace. Instead, it has ushered in a wave of violence, political instability, and human rights concerns that have gripped the nation. In a vice of fear and uncertainty, reports have surfaced of Wagner's heavy-handed tactics, with tales of indiscriminate violence against civilians becoming all too common. These are not just fighters. They are mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters. Ordinary people caught in the crossfire of a power struggle they did not choose. The political landscape, too, has been ravaged. The Wagner Group, tied to Putin-affiliated oligarch Yevgeny Prigozhin, is not just a military force. It's a political influence operation, and its tendrils have reached deep into the fabric of Mali's governance. This has led to a destabilization that has left the country teetering on the brink of chaos. But perhaps the most disturbing consequence of Wagner's presence in Mali is the blatant disregard for human rights. Accusations of torture, forced disappearances, and other atrocities have become part of the daily discourse, leaving a stain on the nation's conscience that will take generations to erase. This is the reality for Mali, a year after France's pullout, a nation grappling with the consequences of a power shift. So, what does this mean for Mali, for Africa, and for the world at large? Just as nature abhors a vacuum, so too does power. France's withdrawal from Mali left a void, and the Wagner Group was quick to fill it. As their influence expands, the toll it takes on Mali is heavy, and the ripple effects are felt far beyond its borders. This situation isn't just about Mali, it's a global concern. If a private military company like Wagner with connections to Russia's political elite can wield such influence, what does that mean for the balance of power in the world? Could we see similar scenarios unfolding in other regions where power vacuums exist? Furthermore, the implications for Africa are significant. With Africa's rich resources and strategic importance, the continent could become a playground for such groups with dire consequences for its people. These are questions we need to ponder on and, more importantly, act upon. The future isn't set in stone. It's shaped by our actions today. Remember to engage with us by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's not just about staying informed, it's about sparking conversations that matter.